Diallo speaks out on his return to Manchester United from injury, what's helped him, his plan and his goal to get minutes. Donny van de Beek still not getting minutes at Frankfurt as things go from bad to worse for him. More stories coming out. But talking of Man U, big game against Aston Villa coming up. What is the leaked lineup going about ahead of the game? Who's going to play? What is my thoughts? We'll do a preview for United versus Aston Villa as well in today's video. So we're going to get right into the news, then we're going to get into the Villa preview. So please do hit that like button and of course subscribe down below if you're new to Alice Talks Football. Diallo came out. We're going to get into a few of the things Diallo started off by saying, getting into these two first, saying, when I scored against AC Milan, there were no fans at Old Trafford as it was during COVID. The fans are back now, so I hope to score and I hope it's a winner that I can celebrate with the supporters because I like celebrating them. And he says that he's pleased to be back because he was out for so long. It's almost 5 months coming back and playing in that game. It's really important for him. It's exciting. He hopes to keep up. So if you don't remember, Diallo's first sort of game for United was against AC Milan and he scored that kind of spinning header, made it 1-1. And that was during COVID when he was basically brand new at United. Then he's gone out on loan and then he's been injured and wasn't able to go out on loan and he's got limited minutes. I'd really like to see him come on instead of Anthony as a substitution, get some minutes and to prove himself because he was fantastic on loan at Sunderland. And Diallo saying right now he's pleased to be back. He was out for basically 5 months. So, you know, playing in that Forest game was important to him and it's really important that he does go and get the minutes. Fabrizio Romano and those close to Diallo, decent source who said there is a plan to give him minutes. Ten Hag's being careful with precaution of injury to return, and it's the reason he didn't go out on loan because he's going to have value. I don't know if he's going to get Pelistri minutes. It looks like he's going to get Pelistri level minutes, but it'd be nice to see him come on instead of Anthony because I think Diallo has a lot to offer. I think he's a really good player in Diallo. He might not be United level, but I generally believe that Diallo can offer more than Anthony. Diving into the other part of Diallo's interview, he speaks about the struggles and how Martinez was a mentor to him. He said on Lisandro Martinez being a mentor to him, he said, Lisandro is a fantastic person. He's more than a player to me. He's a leader. When I got injured, he was injured too, so he really helped me. Ahmad then said on Lisandro Martinez, he spoke to me a lot and told me not to worry about the injury, and the main thing was to stay positive and work hard to get back into the team. So I did what he and everyone else said, is what Ahmad said on Lisandro Martinez. He said that he just worked hard to get back into the team, tried to stay positive, and he said that it was very difficult being out injured for 5 months, especially after how good he was at Sunderland off the back of that spell. And he said that Leacher was there with him, injured with him, leading him on, being a mentor. And I think we were having this discussion on the live stream about a week ago, who would be United captain if you didn't give it to Bruno? And it would probably be Lisandro Martinez, but he's always injured, so that's why Bruno being captain is the right choice. But I said the only real candidates for captain mentality is McTominay, but doesn't play enough, and it would probably then be Lisandro Martinez because he's good enough, so he should be playing enough, but he's been injured a lot. He's sort of like a leader for me at Manchester United. He's one of the good personalities. He was one of the people when we've had our big losses, he's one in the dressing room being very vocal, shouting at people, but also motivating people. I remember he lost it at some of the team when we lost 6-3 to City at half time, and he's a very vocal voice, and he's, you know, very determined to do the best and win. And he's apparently also very good to the young players. Him and Bruno Fernandes are actually the two names reported to always be helping the young players and helping them out. Getting into the next story, just want to quickly talk about Donny van de Beek. It was sort of said that Donny was not registered for Frankfurt's 24-man squad in the Conference League, and Romano reports that his lack of appearances at Old Trafford is causing him to struggle to get up to speed and match rhythm at Frankfurt. And I think the problem with Donny is, to an extent, he barely played that last season at Ajax because they finished the season because of COVID. He barely played for United for 3 seasons, then was injured for so long. Had a little bit of a run in pre-season, but he's not really had... I think Donny van de Beek needs a run of games, and he's gone to Frankfurt. I understand why he's gone to Frankfurt. I think he suits that league. But that's a team that's not going to give him the run of games, not going to give him the leeway to have a run of games because they've got some good players in Donny's position. And I think Donny is just becoming a victim of lack of minutes to an extent. I don't think Donny's a bad player, but I think he needs match fitness. He needs minutes in his legs, and he's obviously not doing well at Frankfurt. He's getting pity minutes. Sometimes he's being unused subs at Frankfurt already, and I really wanted Donny to succeed at Frankfurt, and they would have given us £13 million if they wanted to make the deal permanent. I really wanted Donny to do well and succeed at Frankfurt and be really good and turn his career around, because I actually feel like it wasn't really totally Donny's fault that everything went wrong. I think Donny's a good player, a likeable player. He was a Ballon d'Or nominee, but it's just not worked out for Donny van de Beek, and it's obviously there's still time for him to turn it around at Frankfurt, but he's now not getting minutes, now not being chosen, now not in the 24-man squad. He's gone to Frankfurt, and it's looking worse than the Everton loan, which is such a shame. Before I get into the Villa preview, the Villa news and the Villa team news, I saw this saying that United have the second highest wage bill in the Premier League of 180 million, Man City are first. For me, considering where we are now, competing for 5th or 6th, the fact that our wage bill is only 10 million behind Man City, who've just won a treble, shows why Ineos need to come in and do a big clear out. We need to get that wage bill down. We ultimately, we're always going to be in the top 5 in the Premier League for wage bill, but if we're not winning the treble, we're not winning loads of trophies, we shouldn't be anywhere near the top in terms of wage bill. We need to get that wage bill down. We need to be 3rd, 4th consistently for wage bills and pushing in title races is where United need to be, because when you look at where we've been the last few years, 180 million on the wage bill is crazy. And I think that's why Martial will leave. They want to get rid of Sancho. They want to get rid of Donny. They want to get rid of Anthony, potentially Casemiro and Varane, because the wage bill at United, considering we're not even a Champions League club and we probably won't be a Champions League next season, is crazy. Now we're going to get into the Aston Villa preview. Aston Villa have only lost 1 game at home in the last 18 months. However, that was a week ago. That was a week ago to Newcastle. It was the first time they lost in 18 months at home. They have had a few players out with injury, Aston Villa, and they've dropped off a little bit towards the end of the season, fatigue and all of that. But Aston Villa is still a very good side. There's a reason they're above us. They're a very good team, and it's going to be a difficult game. Now, talking of the United lineup, there was a leaked lineup that came out, which I'm going to put up on the screen here. And the leaked lineup is basically the lineup that I would pick. It would have Diallo at right back, and I have to say, I think Diego Diallo has been really, really good at right back in his recent games, and Luke Shaw's been really good at left back. One thing I've been, since the return of Shaw and sort of the main players the last 3-4 games, one area I've been really impressed with is the fullbacks. I think they've been really good. I think Diallo's been inverting into midfield well, making underlapping runs. He's creating space for Garnacho to run into and get a shot off, which was for the 2nd or 3rd goal versus West Ham. I think Diallo the last few games has looked really good. Defensively looked really good. I've always said Diallo's weakness is crossing. Diallo is an attacking fullback in the sense of he's much better than Wan-Bissaka in possession, progressing the ball, carrying the ball. And he's not as good as Wan-Bissaka defensively 1v1, but Diallo isn't a great cross with the ball. Diallo is very good, and his defending is very underrated, but it's his crossing of the ball that needs to improve. And that's something particular with Højlund that we need to improve is crossing. And I think when you've got Anthony that's not really good crosser, or Rashford that's an okay crosser, I think crossing is something that needs to work on. But I have been really impressed with Diallo. I think he's been really good the last few games. And then the centre-backs, believedly, will be Varane and Maguire. It could be Lindelof and Maguire. The Ten Hag carries on his weird Varane, I don't like you anymore thing. But for me, the elite lineup said it's Varane and Maguire. It's got to be Varane and Maguire. They're the best 2 centre-backs. If you're dropping Varane for Lindelof, you are blind. Varane and Maguire, the best 2 centre-back pairing we have, because Martinez is out until March. Varane, very good box defender. Maguire's a lot better on the ball than he gets credit for. Johnny Evans is reportedly a doubt. So, yeah, really important that they're the 2. It looks like it's going to be Casemiro, Maino, Bruno midfield 3. There was a rumour that McTominay was going to start ahead of Casemiro, but I think versus Aston Villa, you'll want the defensive stability that Maino and Casemiro will bring you, because Maino and Casemiro can kind of play next to each other here and give Bruno a bit more freedom. Some people think he might play Eriksen and Casemiro. There was a elite lineup that said that it was actually going to be Eriksen and he was going to drop Maino, which I feel like is crazy. I feel like Maino's going to be the first name on the team sheet, because Eriksen can play balls in behind and he'll want the front three to go behind against Villa. But I believe that the actual lineup will be the same midfield 3, because that's worked quite well. I don't think Casemiro was brilliant last game, but I think that is easily our best midfield 3. And I think everyone knows what our best front 3 is now. There's really not much competition. I would like to see Amad Diallo have a chance and step into the squad, but I think that is very much United's best lineup that they can play. You swap Martinez for Maguire, and that is our strongest lineup, but Martinez is out injured, and I think this is the lineup that United will play versus Aston Villa. This is what reportedly we're going to play according to some leaks, and this is sort of the lineup that I'd like to see as well. Manchester City are beating Everton right now. I'm filming Manchester City gone 2-0 up, and I was going to wait to film this video until the game was done, and I thought, well, Man City are 2-0 up. Don't want to watch the rest of the game. They're having way too much fun, so I'm recording this now. But I was thinking, guys, who do you think is going to win the title? Man City, Liverpool, or Arsenal? Because it's going to be really, really tight. And like, part of me really doesn't want Liverpool to win it. So part of me is like, hey, would I rather City win it than Liverpool? Yes. But the idea of City doing a 4-peat, no, I don't like that. The fact that City are winning and 2-0 up, I really don't like it. I don't want Arsenal to win. I don't want City to win. I don't want Liverpool to win. I just need Man United to get back to the top, because I cannot watch our rivals in the title race any longer. But that was just me going off on a bit of a waffle. This is my lineup. This is also the league lineup that's going about. We'll have to wait and see tomorrow what the lineup will be. Please hit that like button. Of course, subscribe down below if you're new. Thank you for watching. Bye.